Welcome!
Salutations and greetings.
And vice versa, too.
Indeed.
We're Katie Lee and Will Ryan.
She's the one, I'm the other.
And now, literally, several people know us for
Tell Ya Later.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to their channel.
Hi, I'm Barb. And when my sister Julie and I aren't out skydiving, we are watching Tell Ya Later.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget.
Do not fail to hit the subscribe button.
And while you're at it, hit like.
Right now.
Hit it!
We haven't got a title song for this show, so we're singing this thing instead.
Okay.
It's really just a substitute. Nonetheless, the melody may stay in your head.
Oh, I hope so.
'Cause it's a tune.
It's a tune.
You'll love to croon.
You'll love to croon.
But there's one thing you should know. We have to confess we do not possess a title song for this show.
Ain't it peculiar?
Believe it or not, we haven't got a title song for this show.
Oops.
And now, please welcome the host of Tell Ya Later, the one, the only, Katie Lee.
Hello, and please welcome the other host of your favorite program found on YouTube, and it is Will Ryan! Yay!
I'm it, but I'm your announcer today, Katie.
Oh, you're my announcer today?
Yes, I am.
Oh, good, because I have stuff in my mouth.
Well,
What have
it's
you
too
got to
bad.
announce?
I'd like to announce that Katie has stuff in her mouth,
Look, I got fancy.
and she got fancy.
Because you look so fancy.
Well, thank you. It's called a clean shirt.
A clean shirt and a fresh
Dapper hat.
smile and a good attitude will take you anywhere. I just wrote that. Can you tell?
That's good.
Yes.
We'll finish
Where
it
would
later.
you like to go? Just tell me and I will show you how to do it with a clean shirt and a good attitude. Okay, yeah.
Let's all hear it for the song stylings of Katie Lee.
La 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 la. You're welcome.
Katie will be back with
course.
more music right after this announcement.
Of course.
Katie, tell us what you wanted to say.
I can't rhyme very well today, but that's okay. I had I wanted to first of all say welcome to Tell Ya Later, and we are so happy that you're here. We thank you so much, everybody who's supporting us on patreon.com/tellyalater, and we really mean that from the bottom of our heart. It helps us put everything together. This
just in, a special surprise for Katie. Today is non-rhyming song day.
Oh, lucky for me. Oh, lucky for me. It's non-rhyming song day, so I can sing anything I want to without even have to worry about rhyme.
Very good. Once again, the song stylings of Katie Lee.
Okay, so I wanted to mention that we were talking a lot about our Patreons because when we first started this show, way back in January, when we got together on the prairie, we had an idea and Will drew a picture of Ollie. It was so good. We thought we should give it to someone via drawing. And so we planned a drawing for a drawing. After we get 100 Patreon supporters. Remember that?
I believe what you were saying was...
Yes.
At the very start of this series called Tell Ya Later, we decided...
Don't call it a podcast show.
If you wish.
Okay.
We decided that the special drawing that I personally did and signed
Yes.
would go to one lucky Patreon supporter.
And there was a little confusion about his name. I thought his name was Ali Oxen.
No, it's Ollie Infree.
Infree, that's right. Ali Infree, not Oli. Or
That's
was it
right.
Oli?
It was Oli for a
It
moment.
was Oli for a moment till I changed it.
It's Ollie, quote, Ollie, because that's his nickname, Infree.
And we thought, yeah, when we get 100 subscribers, we will have a drawing because it's art. It's original
And when you
artwork.
say subscribers,
Yes.
we meant Patreon.
Supporters.
Patreon
supporters,
So-
not YouTube subscribers.
Right.
But thank you for all of you guys who are subscribing because that means a lot to us too. We realized we got a little confused being old and YouTube challenged when we started this, shall we say, that we thought you're just supposed to hit like, and we didn't realize you have to hit subscribe too. So you get to do both those things. I know, because if you subscribe, then you get to know when the next show's happening.
I
right?
just received a message
this
from
just
our
in.
crew of one. We prefer the term older, not old.
Older. We
Or
are
perhaps wiser.
wiser or
Thank
maybe
you.
more mature. You can tell I'm mature because I'm wearing pearls. Mm-hmm. I have pearl earrings.
And I'm wearing a Dapper fedora.
Yes, you are. It's a Dapper fedora. Is that from the Dapper factory?
It's from the Fedora factory.
Oh, I thought it was from the Dapper fedora factory.
It could be. I don't know the brand name.
And if there is a Dapper fedora factory out there, please let us know in the comments below. Okay. Well, thank you so much for being my announcer today. I really appreciate it.
I must say it is truly my pleasure.
Really? Why must you?
I must because as an announcer, I must agree with everything you say.
Oh, hey, that's a
And
good
even
idea.
chuckle at your witticisms, should there ever be any.
Oh, there will be. Just sit tight. There will be. I promise. Hey, guess what? You know that. Oh, my own Ed McMahon. How fabulous. That's great. That's wonderful. Was that Phil Hartman who used to do an Ed McMahon?
Possibly.
impersonation? Oh, he was a great guy.
He was.
He was. So, you know what? We get mail. We get comments in our comments below, as you know, which we've asked you for, and questions. So we thought we would address some of those today. Yes?
Excuse me.
Oh, this just in
I've been
again.
handed a note.
Yes?
I've just been fired as your announcer.
Now what?
I don't know. I
Where
guess
will you go
I'm
from
just back to
here?
being me
well,
again.
It's anywhere.
Wow. It's tough being an
Only
announcer.
up from here, right? We said that.
Tell you later, don't call it a podcast show.
Welcome to Tell You Later, Don't Call It a Podcast Show. Yes,
Okay.
I said that, I think.
Yes.
It's important to our crew of one.
Okay.
Because he works so hard and it's a show. We have music, we have music, we have music, we have special
virtual
guests.
We have near dancing. We had
Yeah.
a famous dancer as a guest on our show.
And sometimes I do this. But I'm not a world famous dancer.
Well, you know, my friend Miriam Nelson danced with Gene Kelly in the movies and was pals with him back on Broadway.
Yeah.
But so they'd known each other for years, and she knew Fred Astaire for years. And I said, "Did you ever do anything with Fred professionally?" She said, "No, really. You know." Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, she said he was a guest on a Buck Rogers show, and that's the one where Mel Blanc was a little robot, you know, and the deal was he wasn't, that he would not dance on the show. He was just a.
Fred Astaire wouldn't dance.
Yeah.
Not the robot.
That's correct.
Okay.
Because that might
I'm
be.
just trying to track.
That might be it. You see, if I was referring to a robot, it might have been. I might have said it. I might have said.
Yeah, but you
he.
said Mel Blanc, too.
That's
and
true.
we know he's
There's
a him.
I know. Thank you for clearing up that potential confusion.
Yeah, that's always confusing.
You know, if your
to me.
announcer were here, he wouldn't have made
would've-
such a
he would've
mistake.
clicked-
I'm just zooming right through.
Okay.
So anyway.
Yes. Oh, you
but-
silver-tongued
But
devil.
in the
Continue.
script, there was a party and a dance going on.
And they weren't doing the yam.
They were not doing the yam.
Okay.
By the way, you know where the yam is?
In the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The yam is in the bag. You know what Papa's got?
A brand new one.
A brand new
A brand new bag with a yam.
That's right.
Wow.
What a disappointment.
Wow. We've gone full circle.
We certainly
That's closure for you.
Right.
Okay.
This is where
Do
you
know,
learn
I have
so
a yam
little.
in my fridge, or in my frigerator, my frigerator, as Kimmy would say, because when she was on the show, and oh my goodness, we have a great segment that it's only available to our patrons, where she came and our patrons. In the kitchen and made us her special popcorn with all her. She put spike and garlic powder.
That was in
and
episode
salt.
28.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, thanks for keeping track.
It's part of the stuff that was cut out.
To go to
on
the,
YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, you didn't see any of that.
Patreon land.
But
in it, she said she thinks it's good to add extra syllables to words. Wordses.
Who said that?
Kimberly Robertson.
Kimimimi?
Kimini.
Kimimimi.
I'm gonna call her Kimini.
Isn't that a town in Florida?
Florida. I don't know.
Floridorida?
It could be.
We want the
Floridor.
Floridories. Remember that?
No, I don't.
We
But
want the Floridories.
I will tell you
Oh,
that.
come on. If anybody knows where that's from, let us know below.
It's not Florida. Okay,
No.
well, I had an English teacher. Can I have
some
a shout out?
little kids' misperception of the Floridora dancers who were a big hit in around
Little
1910
Rascals?
or so. That's right.
Oh, okay.
Now I don't have to tell you later.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we don't have a question yet at the top of the show.
Okay. I was gonna give you a question. I think just now. Mm-hmm. But what was it? Because my mind left me. My train of thought was derailed. I was saying. Oh.
You were saying?
Yeah. You know what? That wasn't a question. Never mind. What's your question? I did want to say something. Oh, you've got your new tell you later tote bag.
Cute. I love it.
Did you get that at Merchulator?
I sure did.
Merchulator.com?
It's so cute. Look,
Super
tell
cute.
ya later bag, and it's got
Awesome.
everything in it.
Do they have hats? While you're thinking of a question, I had an English teacher in high school. Everybody loved him. His name was Mr. Matheson. And one day,
Mr. Matheson.
very,
Did he
very
teach
tall. No, he taught English. He had the 10 commandments of grammar that we had to chant.
Really?
And it makes you memorize
That sounds
stuff.
like it's mixing religion with state.
No, not really.
Okay.
So, but it was in the 70s. I will say that.
It wasn't a state
and
school.
Stuff was going on, and one day he came into class. He says, because movies started to have messages.
Cuz movies.
Okay.
Cuz movies.
I'm telling you.
Where are you living? In 2021?
So he came in and he says, all these movies with messages. Because I don't want any movies with messages. I want dancing girls with bananas on their heads. That was
Great.
his little rant. But
That's
when
great.
you said Floridorians, that
Oh,
reminded
yeah.
me of that.
And what was that a reference to, by the way?
Cheetah Rivera, I guess? No.
No.
A monkey?
1940s.
Oh.
1940s.
Well,
And
well, I don't know, but that's what he
I
wanted.
can't think of her name right now, but they're the very famous,
Isn't it? It is. It's,
No. Cheetah Rivera is a Broadway actress who's usually played by Rita Moreno in the movies.
So who's
So-
when he was talking about
Cheetah Rivera would create a part on Broadway. Then in the movies, it would be either
someone else?
Rita Moreno, or it would be, in the case of Bye Bye Birdie, was it Janet Leigh playing Rosie? Rosita.
I don't
I think
know.
so.
But I will.
And
we
Dick
will,
Van Dyke
we
working
will
opposite
think,
both of
we
them.
will think of the name of the dancer with bananas on her head.
Yeah, everybody knows her
But
name.
in the meantime,
we just
what's
can't
your
think of it
question?
right now.
Well, that's a good question. Let's tell you later who
Okay.
that is.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it'll come to us.
It'll come to us
Oh, come on. It's so simple.
Right.
But it'll come to us as we proceed.
as we proceed.
Right.
It will.
So please
it'll,
join
like,
us on this journey.
land in my brain. It might even bounce over
There's
into
land in your
yours.
brain?
Land. There's a lot of land available in my brain.
What
There's
a dirty mind.
Real estate for cheap.
For cheap.
For cheap.
Real estate for cheap.
cheap,
And yet
cheap,
you said because,
Cuz.
and then you had the noun.
Yes.
In the olden days, that is to say 5 years ago, we might say because of, but now people say because school, or because
Well,
taxes.
no, but the reason I didn't say it that way. What I meant was.
But you said cause.
Yeah.
And neither the Shakespearean
I was
sense.
having a disjointed thought. It wasn't like I was having bad grammar. I was just
No, I'm not saying it's
saying
bad.
because
I'm
of
just
that.
saying it's very 2021.
You know what I think is really funny? If you look at this popcorn box, it says gluten-free. Like, whoever thought there was gluten in popcorn in the first place? 100% whole grain. Well, duh, it's just kernels of popcorn. I guess that's whole grain, right? Non-GMO is good, though, because a lot of
Yes.
corn, a lot of
Yes.
corn is GMO'd these
Yes,
days.
and I don't want it.
We don't want it.
Yeah.
So, as another shout out to our people that we love. Oh, I might be flying through Chicago, and I can
Oh,
get some.
great. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's fresh, perfect. Perfect.
Yes.
It says it's perfect.
Nuts on Clark. Now,
Nuts
do you know
on
why it's
Clark.
called Nuts on Clark?
It's a street, right?
It's a famous street in Chicago, and that's where their original store was.
But if it's nuts, why are they selling popcorn?
Well,
That's nuts! What? Oh, now I know the answer. Hey, that would have been a good tell you later
well,
question.
you could waft out the smell of nuts or waft out the smell of popcorn to the street, and
you know what?
maybe they found out the popcorn
I think
draws
in
more people.
Illinois they have some interesting things on the street. Because
You pronounce it Illinois?
why?
Because that's correct.
Whoa, yay for me!
In Ohio,
you.
some people say Illinois.
But that's noisy.
It's noisy.
It's noisy.
Yeah. It's slightly noisy.
I think I was in Wheaton, Illinois.
Wheaton?
Wheaton.
How would Tony Dow pronounce that?
Tony Dow.
Wheaton.
Wheaton.
Because when I was in drama school as a wee lad,
Yes.
we learned that WH is pronounced HW.
But guess what? I do a lot of work for e-learning, and I do a lot of
E-learning. And explain that.
E-learning is like when people are homeschooled or they're taking courses online, you know, even
Electronic
apps. Okay,
learning.
electronic learning. And, excuse me. Whoa, where'd that come from? Anyway, right down here. And it just came out.
Hey, I like when you were hiccuping before.
Did you?
Yeah. I wanted to
Today's
start an
the day.
episode right away.
You know, I have to tell you, I started out today a little rough. I broke a glass
That's true.
and little teeny little shards went all over, little teeny ones. So I got some tape and tried to, I hope they don't end up in anything we eat. Maybe they're small enough it won't matter. Anyhow,
that's not true.
I went to let the light in, and I leaned over a chair and pulled on the thing for the blind to go up, and the whole blind fell down. So I'm doing really good today, I must say.
Wow,
And
yes.
if any of you can relate, put it in the comments below. So what was I saying? Popcorn and
This show has a one-track mind. Popcorn.
No.
There was dirt in your
e-learning,
mind.
E-learning,
Oh, okay.
e-learning. Okay, so e-learning, you have to do a lot of phonics. So I'm like,
Oh.
no, and I know I have to do a lot of phonics. And
Do you know what a murmur diphthong is?
Good.
Okay, just checking. I want to make sure they still have them. I learned that when I was a kid.
We
but
have diphthongs.
I talk to people nowadays and they don't know about murmur diphthongs.
Well, so there's lots of stuff, and I studied the IPA, which is the International Phonetic Alphabet. Hey, look, I'm sharing information today. Anyway,
Yeah, you could learn so little about
so much.
Sophie Tucker
Well, my mom used to like her too.
or Sonia Henney.
Okay,
We'll talk about Sonia
so
Henney next
let's
episode.
talk about
And Republic Pictures.
phonetics.
Okay.
So
Phonetics?
phonetics. So
Fake-netics?
So the International Phonetic
As in
Alphabet
phono. Yes, as sound.
is about sounds.
Yeah.
So there's symbols that represent all the sounds. But some people say things a little differently. Even though a lot of my customers have the IPA or they have sounds, phonemes, they will sometimes say them a little differently.
Phonemes.
But when I get
Phonemes are sounds.
the WH, like,
Are isolated sounds. Phoneme.
yes.
Like or that.
You know, that's Navajo language.
And
Do you know the
certain
Navajo?
African language.
And certain African languages use
But-
clicks and
Yeah.
and
Well, we use
sound.
t. We use that.
Yeah, but that's a
And,
that's a fricative.
It is. It is.
Okay.
And are
Are
non-fricatives,
yeah.
and are plosives.
Plosives. So you know, this is really interesting too.
Just
Actually,
always good to know.
I love linguistics. So this is the difference.
I love linguini,
Some of our sounds
said Katie.
are what they call voiced or unvoiced. So P and B are the same. You make the sound the same, but B is voiced and P is unvoiced. Let me demonstrate. Allow me to demonstrate.
Please do so.
It's just P, air.
Now, I'm guessing that was P.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That's the sound.
Uh-huh.
B. You have to voice it. It has a voice.
Oh.
Do you know what other duos?
Like Bye-Bye the Sailor Man.
Okay, do you know what other sounds are duos, but one's voiced and one's not voiced?
Oh, let me see.
There you go.
Oh, that's a good question. Boy, is that a tell you later question? No, we already have one.
We already did that. We already have one.
Yeah. Oh.
But maybe it'll be a patron answered question. Okay.
Well, it depends on how they cut these up now.
I'll give you the
Should we
Crew of One.
explain?
It's his discretion.
Yeah, we should explain that we're doing longer shows now, and people watching these on YouTube only see part of the show.
They get the essence,
Not always. I mean, if we have guests or different things, they miss new songs.
but not all the senses.
Yeah.
Some essence.
And that's
and-
because we're trying to increase our Patreons.
Yes.
So we could keep the show going.
We want to give you
It's a
something,
concept we have.
a reason to want to be with us. And there's plenty, so many. When they join, they're like, oh, wow, why didn't I know this before?
Oh, no.
Yeah, right.
They got
Who
these
knew?
better hosts on this other show.
Okay, T and D.
Oh, yes. Okay.
D.
Yeah.
G and K.
Really?
Yeah.
G and K.
Do it. No. How do you make the G sound? G. G. G.
Do you use the glottal?
G.
Do you use the glottal?
G. Thank you so much to all you patrons who help us out there. We really appreciate your support. Thank you, everybody who's buying merch on Merchulator. Go to my website, katielee.com, and see there's all kinds of cool stuff. And you can see it there or on Merchulator.com. And also, those who listen on Anchor, I want to shout out to you guys because I know there's a bazillion of you out there who listen and really appreciate you too. No, but it just G is voiced. G. You can't make the G sound without giving it a voice.
If you realize you're guilty of an awkward social gaffe, never turn a shade of crimson or employ a nervous laugh. Don't stutter, sweat, or swallow, or begin to crawl away. Just straighten up your backbone and then nonchalantly say, It's a handy-dandy thing to sing, as any fool can see. It's the all-purpose epiglottal melody.
Oh, thank you for gracing us with the epiglottal melody.
Yes, I got some of the chords wrong at the end. I haven't
was
done
so
it
nice.
in many years.
Hey, high five. That was awesome.
Pandemic. So, but that's only the first verse. There's
I
a
like
second verse.
that.
Yeah, it's a fun song. I'll have to learn it.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
And if we could do it in harmony, it's great.
Because we had an idea.
Willio and Filio used to do
Of course,
that in
that's the
harmony.
first time I ever heard that. I was just
I know.
chiming
I
in
know.
with my own epiglottal list.
No one's heard that in 20 years, 25. I don't
But
know.
I am not above epiglottaling with you.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Sounds like a hot date.
So, but we were thinking we might make an album of sorts of all the songs that we've been doing and produce them
Yes.
better than just like off the cuff as we have
True.
been doing,
Yes.
and actually give them a little bit more attention. Because
Except the question is, are CDs a thing anymore? Or how does one, the music business is so...
make a download or a video compilation of all our songs. We could do
possibly.
that and make it available because we do have stuff available on Vimeo. You may or may not know this, but for instance, we've read our bonus chapter of our book, Adventures in Oddity, the bonus edition, and it has bonus chapters, and we read it on...
And the audio version is much longer because there are more drawings in the new version. And more words, too.
So if they go on Vimeo, they can watch it. They can find it, I guess, if they go on Vimeo. And the Crew of One, just look up Adventures in Oddity. Is that correct? We'll get back to you on this.
It's in the YouTube.
It's in the YouTube wordage.
Shouldn't it be down below?
Verbiage, down below.
Down below.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's a link to that.
By down below, we're referring
and
to
it's
the
like
YouTube
an
version.
hour. It's an hour's worth of
Yeah, I think it's a little more than an hour.
entertainment.
Yeah.
And us doing our book and some
Yes.
other music
Using the book as a starting point.
as a starting point for
Very diligent.
other things. Yes. So what was I saying? It was a nuts on. Oh, so in Wheaton, Illinois.
Wheaton.
Back to the phonemes.
Yes, yes.
So when I come to
As I said, when I was in school as a young lad, I was
Yes.
learning the WH is pronounced HW. As in,
Yes, exactly.
When
Well,
are
that-
you know?
me too.
And on Leave It to Beaver, I mean, the only person in the media I saw ever doing that was Tony Dow. Where are you going, Beav? When are you going to get back?
I
but
wonder where
then
he was from.
He overdid it because he would actually say, "Well, Beav, I don't know."
Oh no, maybe he wasn't actually.
I've met him.
It's just the way he
I've
talked.
met him once or twice, and if I ever meet him again, I got to ask him about that.
Because when I do phonetics, and
Yes.
and when I get the the W,
Yes.
and we have words that go with W, and there's
Yes.
WH, and I started saying whale to
Right.
right whale, a what, and I get notes back now. No, just W sound.
Really?
Yeah. They don't want to hear the what anymore.
That's not from my old teachers.
I know it's not from my old teachers either, but progress. What did
Progress?
they say? What did
Either?
they say?
What are you saying? I don't
Progress
understand this
marches on.
language.
What is it? Time marches on.
Language. What are they talking about?
Language.
Did I say about or about?
Did I tell you one time I was driving by Taco Bell? Because I live in the place where there's a lot of Spanish.
Taco Bell.
We
That's
do.
No, Taco Bell.
Well, like in my brain, I would drive by there all the time.
Oleb.
And when they started having coffees, like at McDonald's and stuff, and I'd see open, I think we say open latte. I kept thinking they had but it's open late. It finally hit me. It wasn't latte. That has two T's. But I was reading it as if it were Spanish, and I thought it said open latte.
Wow. I have a,
One
I have
time
a
on the
phrase for
subway.
you.
Okay,
one
hold
time
that
on the
thought.
subway. Where was this
in
subway?
San Francisco,
Okay.
on the streetcar.
They have a subway?
They do.
They
the
do?
BART. Yeah.
Oh, really?
The
Okay.
Bay Area Rapid Transit.
I've
but
only
they
been on
also
the
have a
above way.
streetcar.
Yeah, the famous streetcar.
The streetcar, in Judah, as a matter of fact, and it goes through this tunnel. And this was when I was really young and kind of. If you think I'm not bright now, I was really not bright then.
Really?
And we go through this tunnel,
I didn't think that, but okay.
and somebody had spray painted "free puppies," and I'd go by there all the time, and I thought, oh, they wanted to free the. I don't know
Yeah,
if they
free
meant
the
free
seals.
the puppies.
Right.
Or did they mean someone had free puppies? But I don't know why they would spray it on the inside of the tunnel. But I kept thinking, oh, liberate those puppies.
Now, when I was on the subway in New York,
Yes.
they used to have these, signs up there about 18 by 10 or something.
Inside the subway.
Yeah, up there.
Up there.
And there was like a codolith, which is high contrast, photo of a guy with a club and a baby seal. And
Save the seals.
I guess, but every time I saw it, I just thought it meant help stamp out baby seals. It was just
We're on the same mind.
right, the
path.
weirdest. But-
I think it's that rhythm just does something that rattles your brain.
But here's one thing, and wait, we got to find out who the dancer is. The famous
I'll look
dancer.
it up.
The famous dancer, 1940s.
I know. I'll find it right now.
I know her name. I know
What?
her name.
What is it?
Because her sister's name is Miranda also.
Carmen.
Carmen Miranda. Now,
Then you need chickies.
Since you were talking
Maracas. Maracas. No, Morocco is a country. Is it in Algeria or is it its own country? Is there a Miss Morocco?
There
like
there
Miss
is in the phone
Universe.
book.
Miss Morocco.
Yes.
Carmen Miranda.
Yeah. Carmelita Morocco. So, but anyway,
Yes.
since you mentioned latte,
Yes.
I have this little question for you.
Okay. How little is it?
What does this translate into?
Okay.
Because you had to translate that other one
Yes.
that said
Okay.
open latte.
Latte. Yeah.
What does this mean or refer to?
Yes. What?
Latte? Really? Latte? Really? Give up? Tell you later.
Tell You Later is a Patreon-driven entertainment show. So what are you waiting for? Come on over. Join us at patreon.com/Tell You Later.
I said the Red River Valley ain't so blue. And I reckon that it's on account of you that the birds are all singing and the bells will soon be ringing. Oh, the Red River Valley, oh, the Red River Valley, oh, the Red River Valley.
Hiya, folks. I think Katie is back.
Yeah, I'm right here. And it's time, as I was saying, it's time to do another Scrubulator drawing.
As you were saying.
Yes.
Before the break.
Yes, before the break. So, thank you, Crew of One. We are going to use our future sponsor, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, Nuts on Clark.
Yes. When in O'Hare International Airport, stop by Nuts on Clark. Tell them Will and Katie sent you. Mm-hmm. Boy, will they be baffled.
We like the regular popcorn, but I must say, the Crew of One likes the caramel kind. Yes, very fond of that. So,
I like the regular popcorn, too, because it's popped fresh.
So we're going to do a
and
drawing.
I like the cheese kind,
You
too.
do? Really?
Yeah. Well, you know, second choice.
I'm just such a purist. So
Besides, you could take that, because it's not fresh, they put it in tins or bags, and you could take it home and enjoy it, 3 days later.
Because it's not fresh, is that what you said?
Because it's not.
Don't get fresh. Okay, get Nuts on Clark.
No, get freshly popped Martian popcorn.
Martian popcorn at the O'Hare Airport, or probably someplace else in Chicago,
Sure,
too,
like
I would
on
imagine.
Clark, for example.
On actual Clark Street.
Yeah.
But before I do draw, I want to say there are two more names in here. There are two more. So we have two new sponsors, Chrissy Zeller and Max Bielstein, have joined our patron family.
Hi, Chrissy. Hi, Max.
Hello. So, shaky, shaky, shaky. Now, we can't draw because it might not be fair. So here comes the hand of the Crew of One. He's not Crew of One hand. Here. And let's see who's going to win. It's one of our new patrons,
Wow.
Chrissy Zeller.
Yay.
Congratulations. You are now the proud owner of an official Tell You Later Scrubulator.
Made
And
personally by
me.
Katie Lee.
Yes. All right. So we
Cool.
will have to show a picture up above us because I don't have it handy.